Did you know your feed wants you to have the latest updates in digital marketing? So you're in luck. I'm JB from Belmore Digital with my digital update for this week, Monday, 13th April 2026. We are in the lull between Easter and Anzac Day. This week, PPC best practices collapsing under proper testing, AI working better with context than clever prompts, loyalty being decided after the sale, not before, messaging failing when the audience is wrong, and AI content only winning when it's actually good. Different stories, same pattern. The basics still run the show. And before I get into it, my Digital Trends 2026 report is out now and it is free. Chock full of detailed strategic insight, it's an essential read for any senior marketer, founder, or C-suite leader who wants to stay ahead of the game. Your time won't be wasted. Grab your free copy, the link is in the description. Now, if you want to know the full story, go read the full post on belmoredigital.com or watch the full-length video right here on my Belmore Digital YouTube channel. Get in touch to discuss all this with me or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Best practices until you test them. Everyone in PPC has a list of best practices they swear by. Then someone actually runs a proper test and half of them fall apart. That's the point made in when you look at PPC testing and broken best practices, where common advice around match types, campaign structures and ad groups didn't hold up once tested in real accounts. If you run campaigns yourself, you've probably seen this already. A tactic once worked nicely starts fading, while something you were told never to try quietly performs better. The lesson is really simple. Treat best practice as a starting point, not a rule book. The interesting part is how stubborn these ideas become. A tactic works somewhere, gets written up in a blog post, then gets repeated at conferences for the next 5 years. Meanwhile, the platforms change, auctions change, and the advice slowly drifts out of date. If you want to see what actually works in your account right now, structured testing is the only way to get there. Our PPC management services focus heavily on control testing and performance reviews. If you'd like a second set of eyes, get in touch to discuss it with me or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. AI works better when it knows something. There's been a lot of talk about prompt engineering lately. Write the perfect prompt and AI will supposedly produce magic. Yet, this look at AI working with context instead of prompts makes a quieter point. Systems perform far better when you feed them context about your brand, audience, and products. Think about it from the machine's point of view. A clever prompt helps, but it still knows almost nothing about your business. Give it internal knowledge, customer insights, and product detail, and the answers suddenly become far more useful. You'll notice a pattern here among companies getting real value from AI. They are not posting screenshots of clever prompts on LinkedIn. They are connecting AI tools to internal documentation, customer data, and working processes. Slightly less glamorous, but much more effective. If you are trying to work out where AI belongs in your marketing stack, it helps to map it carefully rather than bolt it on everywhere. Our digital strategy services can help you figure out where it genuinely earns its keep. Get in touch to discuss this with me, or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Loyalty starts after the sale. Most marketing teams spend huge efforts getting the sale. Then the customer journey quietly falls off a cliff once payment clears. The post-purchase moment is where loyalty is decided. That period after checkout often determines whether a customer returns. If you run an online business, think about the last purchase experience you created. Confirmation emails, shipping updates, onboarding, follow-ups. Did it feel like a thoughtful experience or a receipt and a tracking number? Many companies still treat the purchase as the finish line. In reality, it's the beginning of the relationship. Customers are paying attention at that moment, and a good follow-up experience keeps the connection alive. If that part of the journey has never been mapped properly, it is usually worth fixing. Our email marketing services often focus on post-purchase flows that turn one-time buyers into repeat customers. Get in touch to discuss this with me or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. When messaging fails, look upstream. Marketing teams love debating messaging. Headlines, tone, positioning, creative, directions. Messaging problems starting with the wrong audience makes a blunt observation. Many campaigns fail long before the copywriter starts typing. You can write beautiful copy for the wrong audience and it will still fall flat. If the targeting is off, the message lands in front of people who simply do not care. No amount of creative cleverness fixes that. It's surprising how often audience definition gets rushed. The campaign launch date looms. So, teams jump straight into creative work. Then everyone wonders why the results look mediocre. If you're reviewing campaign performance and something feels off, it's often worth stepping back to the audience layer first. Our digital strategy services can help clarify who you are really trying to reach. Get in touch to discuss all this with me or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. AI content can rank, that's not the interesting part. Every few weeks, someone asks whether AI written content can rank in Google. The short answer is yes, which this analysis of AI content performance confirms. But that's not the interesting part of the story. The more useful observation is that quality still separates the winners. Helpful, well-structured content performs. Thin material struggles. AI simply makes it faster to produce both. You can already see the result across search results. The web is filling up with articles that look fine at first glance, but say very little. Pages clearly written to fill space rather than answer a question. Google will keep filtering that out because it has spent 2 decades trying to do exactly that. If you rely on organic search, the answer isn't producing more content faster. It's producing content that someone would actually want to read. Our SEO services focus on building search visibility through useful, well-planned content rather than volume. Get in touch to discuss this with me or drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. And that's a wrap. Different topics this week, yet the same quiet pattern appears again and again. Testing beats assumptions. Context beats clever tricks. Audience clarity beats nicer copy. New tools arrive every month, but the basics keep holding their ground. If anything here nudges you to revisit those basics, the week's update has probably done its job. My Digital Trends 2026 report is out now, and it is free. If you are a senior marketer, founder, or in the C-suite, this is the read that will put you at the forefront. Grab your copy, the link is in the description. If you want help cutting through the noise and turning change into progress, get in touch via the details in my profile. And in the meantime, don't forget to drop me a lovely follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Cheers.